Eternal Furion versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! I must protect the wild.
I feel like I'm gonna be mostly mulliganing all these like random 1 mana spells here. A little bit on the soft side. Let me turn it up. Alright, it's up a little bit. So yeah, like cards like Power of the Wild, Raven Idol, Roots I probably won't be keeping most of the matchups. Well, Raven Idol I might just keep, just to play on turn 1, just depends. Played a Pirate here. I can contest this very well with a 3-3. I don't think I can really get punished for leaving a Pirate up turn 2. Like turn 3 there's some things that would snowball Pirates. He must have another Bloodsoul Raider or something. Okay. What? Why do you give my guy taunt? Why not give his guy taunt? So that makes sense why I coined out a 2-drop. He had another 2-drop. And I feel like he wouldn't be coining out Bloodsoul Raider and then Fire War Axe, because you would probably just do it the other way around. Okay, I do have 6 mana next turn. This makes this play a lot better, I think. To just do this. Save Fandral for later. I'm not going to think about Fandral plus Beast Synergy. If he plays the 2/6 taunt, I can attack and then swipe and then Hero Power, so I'm on 6. So like, I was thinking Drake as well, which would be naturally fine against this as well, but Drake is easier to remove with something like a Fire War Axe. Yeah, I have 2 minions. I don't see why I wouldn't attack. The goal of this deck is basically to early on, I feel like ramp to 4 to 5 drops, especially 4 drops. So I think I'm more likely to keep a 4-drop in my opening hand, one of the minions, instead of something like Living Roots in some of the matchups maybe. And then like ramp into your mid game and then cycle heavy cycle. And then you combo out with all your cheap spells in the like turns when you have like 6 to 8 mana. I feel all those like Power of the Wilds, I guess. Savager, similar card to Power of the Wild.
The blade be thirsty.
He's playing a mid-range kind of tempo warrior with some pirates mixed in Sparring Partner. He's using Bloodtaker X-Cube. Probably means he has Bell Rage in his deck. I feel like I'm gonna just use my Fandral here and cycle this instead of Drake. I mean, this gives you an extra card from Wrath. Nice. Whereas like Drake cycles itself whenever, right? If I play Azure Drake, it always cycles, but the Wrath won't cycle if I Wrath for 4. So I can execute. I was gonna say this might even survive, but wasn't too optimistic about it surviving.
The land serves me.
My next tournament is undecided. I have no plans. Hopefully I make BlizzCon this season.
That was an error.
8 plus 8, 16, 17, 20, 26. First game I played with this deck ever. I literally made this deck like 5 minutes before I started streaming, and I didn't play it. Good sign so far. I was actually watching a lot of other streams today, seeing what other people were playing. I saw Savit's deck. I haven't played it myself, but I watched the streaming extensively, like multiple people playing that druid. I guess I don't like the overly reliant on Yogg in that deck, because it seems like you're just like cycling to Yogg and you don't really have any real way to win other than Yogg. Just why I decided to add like the Savage Roars and a little bit lower curve, and then still have the Yogg. Yogg seems to like just win games on its own a lot, but I feel like you want a second plan after Yogg. My game's bugged, right?
Malfurion versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! I must protect the wild.
This looks like an awesome mana curve here. We can drop Living Roots. Although, so we have a 3/3 fairly early, and then we have a 4/4. Is that too weak? Because if not, we save Living Roots for the spell power for dealing 3 damage. Okay, let's go and keep it. It may be too greedy to mulligan Living Roots, but probably not playing a turn 1 against Warrior, because it's not that good against Warrior. I mean, they're both 2/2. I don't think taunt matters that much, and I do have some beasts. I was even thinking of using Marquis of Charge in this deck. I decided against it because I don't think I have enough. I only have 3 beasts. If 5 if you count Power of the Wild, but it's still usable. It's just I don't think it's good enough to include in the deck. But from the Raven Idol there, it's probably the best choice. I'll eventually try some rogue decks. I've tried some Miracle. I guess that's the only one. Main problem here is we're under duress of losing to tempo, especially with this tempo Fire War Axe that kills my Mire Keeper. Especially if he plays the 4-mana minion. We got a 6 mana, and the Drake combo isn't that great. I'm not sure. I almost think that I should just clone Drake, but it's really mana inefficient. I guess ultimately, like, he could still kill the Drake by just killing it and trading both of the stuff in, so... I feel like if you just want to play like these two together, it's not that great. I mean, I might have to. I feel like Marquis of Charge is best if you can play Druid of Flame on turn 3 and then Marquis of Charge and attack later. Like, if you just want to spend 5 mana to make, what, a 4/7, and you spend 1 card because Marquis cycles, that's nothing special, 5 mana 4/7. It's best because you can split it up. I'm glad I didn't play Drake. Now I have a bunch of mana. Guess number 1 card I want to pick up is Power of the Wild, but this is a tempo matchup, so we're most likely just making the strongest move every turn again. Not really gonna try to save for some Power of the Wild. I have a lot of spells in Teacher. Also, he's a tempo warrior, so there might be whirlwind effects. So it's like, Violet Teacher is significantly better with Power of the Wild. You know, Violet Teacher, Wrath, Coin Mark. I don't really know what to mark. I'm just marking a dude. I almost think just go ahead and playing this is better. Get a 4/7 instead of... I mean, my board's definitely weaker, but... get the cycle. Mostly looking for win conditions. So I'm looking for like very specific cards right now. Nourish, Azure Drake, Yogg, Power of the Wild. Those are like my key cards. Okay. Interesting. Spam every spell and then play Yogg.
Pay attention, class.
I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn.
wilds. Time waits for no one.
That makes the most sense, right? I still have Corn Yogg, which is going to play a lot of spells. Don't get to play Wall Growth, but Wall Growth isn't really great, right? I'm Wall Growth in turn 8. I can wait after Yogg maybe and then cycle it. I could also just play Wall Growth, like if I really don't want to Yogg, which I doubt it. I can only not Yogg if I get something good next turn.
What now?
It's kind of weird Yogging when I'm ahead on board, but... Oh, it looks like I'm not really ahead on board anyways. Not too much anyways. I mean, I'm not sure. I generally like stacking face. It doesn't really hit a super good breakpoint to trade. Okay, it's fine. Just don't want to kill my minions. Nice. Not bad. That was 8 spells?
For the wilds.
Start attacking. Some of these decks are in Harrison too. What happened? It feels like nothing happened. I killed his Bard. Oh, and I shuffled some cards in his deck. That's actually really good. Oh, and I got this. So there's some stuff that happened. This is definitely better than Druid Hero Power. It does 2 damage. So it's like I played a Justice card for Mage. Or a Justice card for Druid even. Plus he's a Battle Rage deck, so that's going to be super scary. Tempo Warrior is not known for, like, there's no Brawl in his deck. There's no, like, major board clears. So if he draws so many cards and just gives too many Nerubians for me, I actually cycled that into his deck. Might be able to kill Rag, or I could erase him as well. I'm not sure yet. The way I kill it is these 6 damage, and then I have Fandral next turn. Seems bad. There's no easy way for me to kill it. I think I just go face. I mean, the ambush, like, in a way, kind of makes me want to play a long game, but I feel like I would just have nothing if I trade here. I'd have a 4/7, burn all my charged Wrath on this guy. He'd have like 17 life. And my board would just be a 4/7 with a Naked Fandral in my hand and no other synergistic cards, no swipe, and he would have all these cards. Feels too hard to win like that, even with the ambush. Well, I guess he wouldn't be at 17 life. He'd still be at like 13 or 14 life. But... he's dead. Oh, wait. No, he's 100% dead here. No matter what rank hits.
For the wild. Well played.
Malfurion versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! I must protect the wild.
This is my best 1-drop against Warrior, since I'm not really interested in Living Roots. It cycles itself for another spell. I would say it's probably good to keep because you can get... Wild Growth is what I'm thinking of the most. That's 1 spell out of maybe 12. Discover... you get 3 spells, maybe like Innervate, I'm not sure. This deck is a mid-range list. I was thinking of Minion because I have so much mana, but, you know, after thinking about, like, Nourish as a potential spell, I don't think Minion's right anyways. Our deck runs on Synergy. So we can always just nourish. Cat Fancy, thanks for resubbing. Welcome back to the Strife Crew. 15 months.
Let the pain.
He is gonna get multiple cards, but wait a minute. Okay, this is. I'm actually like gonna do this. Just hold back because if I play Innervate Power of the Wild, he gets multiple cards from Acolyte, so that's a side effect, like guaranteed, because I'm making a 2/2. Plus, if this teacher 6, it's the Dream. And it is turn 3 coin and Acolyte, so it's not that easy for a warrior to kill this. It's basically execute. And there's upsides anyways. Oh, the Dream. The Dream Living Roots! Oh my god! Wait, am I gonna be full? Does it even matter? Oh wait, I'm definitely gonna be full. This is 2 minions. Everyone is giving me 2 spells. So 2, 2, 2. Yeah, Living Roots is going face. Or
Attention, class.
I have 5 slots, right? 2, 2, 2 is still 6. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Living Roots is going face.
Instruction begins.
It just literally does nothing.
I am ready to learn.
Should I have not even played Living Roots? I don't think that's right. Living Roots still gives you another 2/2. If you just don't play Living Roots at all, you only get these 1 less 2/2. Some Living Roots is like still 2 damage face and a 2/2, which is worth more than it in your hand probably. Again, at least against the tempo list. Oh my god.
Instruction begins.
For the wild. For the wild.
Now I need card draw. I could have actually made a big board if I swiped and played Living Roots. I would have like 4 1/1s at this point. But I didn't have a sour draw in my hand at the time.
Let the pain speak to me.
Armor made to fit.
The land serves me. For the wild.
The only way I'm gonna win this game is through Yogg at this point.
My blade be thirsty.
So my goal is to survive till Yogg.
For the wild.
Bathe in flame.
I mean, the dangerous thing about running a deck with like a lot of mana ramp and not a high mana curve is you run out of stuff to do really quickly. That's why I'm running double Nourish, double Drake. I also can like cycle Wrath and things like that, so that's the theory behind it.
Made to
I don't know if there's any other cards that allow me to really cycle smoother or better. Like running things like Loot Hoarder is not really going to accomplish anything. They don't really give you more cards in a way. And the body itself is negligible, not like Azure Drake. has to be a spell to cycle like Nourish. The Raven Idol's Discover has been... Every time I get on a spell, it's not been good so far, but I haven't played with it enough. We'll have to see. I mean, I can't really take up Raven Idol. It's part of the synergy of this deck.
Bathe in flames.
5-2 trade's much better here. It's just, if it absorbs 5...
Bathe in flames.
I think I'm mostly doing this because both Fire War Axes are gone. I don't think we can get Nourish and Drake anymore.
Where shall I strike?
Had to be Yogg this turn, or probably dead. So since he hasn't used either executes yet, I think charging and removing that's safer than taunting. Because he can just use the Armor Smith and deal 1 damage or some kind of effect, and then execute to get through the taunt. And I remove less attack damage off the board.
I can see.
Part of this is like, it's like it reminds me of the old Paladin syndrome, mid-range Paladin syndrome, where you sometimes fizzle out, but unless you get land hands. And since like land hands is like, it was back then, it was worth like 25. You can spend 25 mana on 1 land hands because it gives you 3 cards. It's kind of same for Nourish, right? If I get Nourish, I can probably spend like 25 mana on the Nourish and even cycle through my whole deck, but in a way, like, it's just, if you don't get them, your whole deck is kind of ruined.